Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am beyond excited. I try to think of another word, but I don't know words right now. I am unboxing my dream bag. I'm gonna try to insert some dramatic sounds there. You heard me right though, dream bag. And if you've seen my wish list video, you might know what this is. Because this is a bag that's been on there. It's the only bag from this fashion house that I'm interested in ever. It's the first bag I've always wanted. But it's discontinued. It was discontinued, I believe, in 2015-ish. Getting them pre-loved in decent condition for a decent price, impossible. So, I bought it. I know. I'm afraid. I'm also gonna throw up. But here's the thing. It's about 10:15 a.m. and I'm filming this intro. The bag is not here yet. It's currently in transit to be delivered tonight between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. I'm hoping it comes early. Who knows? But I'm too excited to wait anymore to start filming and talking about it. So before we get into anything, I'm going to go ahead and film my bag of the week. And my bag of the week is my Speedy 30 bandolier in Damier Ebene. Love this bag. I've considered selling it before, but I don't think I'm going to get much for it. So I'm going to send a keeper. She's mine. Since it's not here yet, I guess I'll kind of go in maybe to a little bit of the pre-story time because I'm not going to spoil the bag. I'm going to make you wait. But I'm not going to make you wait forever. Trust me, this will be maybe a couple minutes. So I have wanted this bag forever. And like I said, if you go to my wishlist video, after you know what the bag is, you'll understand. And this brand is one of the many brands that just keeps hiking up their prices. And I want to preface this with saying Gucci did a big price increase, which is annoying because I literally did a video when I unboxed my Ophidia tote about how I purchased that. And one of the reasons I justified buying the Ophidia over the Neverfull is they're not jacking up their prices all the time. And then they go and increase the price of the bag by like $300. That's still a small increase compared to Louis Vuitton price increases, but Gucci, no. Anyway, this brand does massive price increases and their quality decreases. And like I said, I believe this bag was discontinued around 2015. Don't quote me. If you know, I'd love to know the real answer. But every video I've seen, 15-ish seems to be when they stopped being sold new. And I have seen several of them come through, but a lot of them are well worn and have a lot of visible wear and are not in good condition. And they are over my maximum price range for a handbag, which most people know what that is. And I'll go over all of that when I unbox it and tell you what I paid for it. Well, I found this one. And according to the Fashion File description, I bought it on Fashion File, of course. It's in very good condition, which I've never seen. I've seen maybe one or two on Fashion File exceed that very good mark. And there are like 50% more than what I paid for this one. So that will never happen. But this price range was over my maximum, but was kind of in my for this bag, maybe someday. I'm celebrating a new full-time job. As everyone here knows, I am a part-time real estate agent on the side. I love helping people find their first home, that kind of thing. But I was able to actually land a really good job that I've wanted to do for a long time in a completely different industry from what I was in before. For those of you who don't know, I was in mortgage lending. So that I stepped out of that and now I'm into this new role and I'm really excited. Still plan on doing real estate on the side, of course. But my new full-time job, I'm pumped. So anyway, this is kind of a congratulations for doing that because that was scary to leave a job, you know, jump into real estate full-time. Then the market kind of took this weird turn. Anyway, I bought the bag. That's it. That's where we're at. She's here. This is not a drill. Excuse the hair. It's here. It's been about 2 hours since I filmed the first part of the video. So I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time here getting into this. But cover up all the stuff here real quickly. she's here, she's sealed. We just ran downstairs, so we're getting into this because you don't even know technically what I've ordered yet. And, well, why would I tell you? I'm building the suspense. That's how you get clout, right? Anyway, I'm really excited. I don't really remember where I left off in the last part, but I'll probably end up repeating myself and editing it out. But this is my dream bag. And I have been looking forward to this for years. Couldn't find it for the price I wanted to pay. But here we are. Okay, so we took the thumbnail and here she is. So I'm not gonna waste a bunch of time here. I am going to say that I am a little disappointed with Fashion File recently. So I'm really hoping the condition on this is good. I'm a big fan of Fashion File, but sometimes my things, I've had one thing recently I had to return because it had undisclosed damage. And then this, like the sticker isn't even where it's supposed to be. You know, for the amount of money that I pay, it's a little annoying. So here's the bag, and she's warm from the FedEx truck, of course, or UPS truck. Nothing else in here. We've all seen the Fashion File boxes before. So I'm really hoping this is in good shape, though. That's kind of the point here. I love Fashion File. I stand by Fashion File. I recommend Fashion File to everyone I know. So I'm really hopeful. This is heavy. So here we go. So I have never actually seen this bag in person. This is the first time I've seen one in person. Well, that's a lie. I've seen it in person, but this is the first time I've seen one in person and been able to actually spend time with it. So I'm just glancing here. So we're not gonna waste any time. You already know what it is. It's the Chanel Grand Shopping Tote. Isn't she gorgeous? So this has obviously been my dream bag. If you've watched my videos, I've talked about this a lot. So this should not be a shock to anyone who knows me. I'm giving it the immediate smell test, of course. And this is a good time to smell it because it's actually really warm. It's about 100 degrees today, so it's been in a FedEx truck. So, heat usually amplifies odors, so like if it had cigarette odor or something, I'd probably be able to smell it pretty easily. So just give me a minute while I sniff my bag. But anyone who's bought pre-loved understands that the smell test is very important. So it smells okay to me. So here it is. I'll give you a close-up. Put this inside here. And then we'll go over the bag, condition, all that stuff, and then I'll tell you the price here at the end. I'll make you wait for that. So there's the front, one side, the back, the other side, the base, and then of course the handles. So the handles, I didn't actually mention it in the listing, but it's not a huge deal. On the underside, there is a little thread there. It mentions some creasing and wrinkling on the handles, which I can see that right there. It's not cracking, and I don't think it will be, but it's just a little stretched out. You know, these bags were more than likely used as work bags for people. So they got a lot of use and a lot of weight in them. So that's why it's really hard to find these in good condition, because so many people buy them and use them for work, right? So I'm excited at first glance. I'm happy. It's what I would expect. Given it the corner look here, it did mention some corner and edge wear, which you might be able to see. There's a little bit there, just a little rub. Same here. The biggest one is back here on this side, and I could see that in the photos when I bought it. And then a little bit over here, but I mean, overall, guys, for how old this bag is, it's in really good shape. The bag did not come with the dust bag. It does not come with an authenticity card, unfortunately. I wish it did. I have seen a couple that have those, but if you get them in a condition that's what I feel is comparable to this, you're gonna spend a lot more money. So on the inside here, there's a little bit of wear. It's really hard to show you, like right around here. It's not really photographing, you can kind of see it. There's some scuffage up there. And this side, same thing. There's just a few scuffs, nothing crazy. These bags often come with a lot of wear. So the fact that this one is not completely schmooshed for the price that I paid, I'm okay with it so far. You know, as always, once I film the video and kind of talk about it a little bit more, we will break and I will inspect the bag. Very good. Probably even have my spouse check it over. I like to have him look at them before I decide. But at a first glance, I'm very excited. So now I'm going to get all the details for you. And we're going to go over it. So I didn't get a invoice in there like normal. Again, fashion file. Getting a little bit frustrated sometimes. As long as the bag is what I want, I'm okay with that. Of course, it's not required to have that. But little things like that do kind of frustrate me. So anyway, here's my GST. Pretty excited. I'm going to stuff it and we're going to review it. And I'll give you a spin once it's stuffed. It didn't come stuffed either. Normally there's at least some tissue paper in them. So the dimensions of the bag, and I'm going to kind of go over this one, and I'm going to do a few videos on this. So I'm not going to go into too much detail now. This is just the unboxing. But I do want to kind of give you a rough overview of the bag and all that stuff. There's not a lot of videos on these. Most of the videos that I see of these are old videos when they were, you know, still in production, so to speak. So I'm looking down at my paper, so excuse me. This is about 13¼ inches long. It's about 9½ inches tall, and then the depth is about 5 inches. And I believe this is about a 9-inch drop, 9¼ inch drop. For me, it's just enough to actually put over my shoulder. I probably wouldn't do it very often because it's a little tight, but it is doable. So that's kind of helpful there. Now this bag did come in what Fashion File calls very good condition. It is the caviar black leather with the silver hardware. That is the exact combination I wanted. I do not want lambskin. It's too delicate for me, and I don't like gold hardware. Every bag I have has gold hardware. That's what most bags come with. I really wanted my Chanel with silver. So this also, and again, I don't know everything about the GST. I should have learned more, but you know how that goes. I believe it was discontinued roughly around 2015, as I said earlier, and this exact one is from 2008. So this is about 14 years old. So I cannot complain with a 14-year-old bag in this condition. I think that is excellent condition for the age of the bag. And that's something when I buy pre-loved, I always try to keep that in mind. When I look at the condition, you know, Fashion File says this is very good condition, but when you look at the age of the bag, that's not very good condition. That's excellent condition for the age of the bag. And I'm just gonna talk to you while I look. So I, you know, kind of think to myself, for a 14-year-old bag, this looks pretty darn good. And I'm rambling because I'm so excited. So I'm gonna go over kind of the story and, you know, just some information. So as I said, I've wanted this bag forever. I always favorite them on Fashion File. Ideally, I wanted to find one at or under $2,000. Unfortunately, at that price point, rarely is there a black one at that price point. So when I was originally started looking, years ago, when I started looking for these and just kind of thinking if one were to ever come up, I did have to expand my color combination. So black with silver hardware was my number one. And then there's also a navy blue with silver hardware. And there is a dark gray, and I think it has gold or champagne hardware. And then of course the black with the gold hardware. And that specific order is kind of what I wanted. But the black with silver hardware was up here, and number 2 was all the way down here. So there was a big gap. So it had to be like a brand new bag that someone never used, and for some reason it was only $19.99. You know, that's kind of the scenario to go with one of those other colors. But anyway, normally in that price point, it's one of the white ones, the cream ones that are, you know, have a lot of color transfer, a lot of wear. You do see black ones occasionally. I've seen a few navy blue ones, some red. But at that price point, they're very slouchy. They're not much less than I paid for this one. And they're very slouchy. My second option, because I had 2 favorited that I was kind of watching, it was about $400 or $500 cheaper, but it was extremely worn. And that's why when I saw this one, I kind of looked at it, and, you know, in the picture, you could kind of see this little string on the strap, so that's why I'm not upset about it. But when you looked at it, and you'll see it when I show it, on the back, this corner is perfect. This one has a little bit of a dent. The sides are very good. This one is probably a little bit better than this one. This one's a little bit more worn down. You know, and in the front, there's not a lot of slouch. It's completely empty right now, so it's a little sunken in. And, you know, like I said, with the wear, I had to look at on my computer and zoom in, like take screenshots and zoom in on Photoshop to see the corner wear. And it's a little more visible in person, but it's nothing that you wouldn't expect from a 14-year-old bag. And like I said, I think that when these bags were new, a lot of people bought these for work. So they got a lot of use. A lot of heavy things were stored in them. They got shoved under desks at offices. So I expect that. Well, anyway, I accepted a new position, and also with my real estate license, I thought, you know, I'm gonna treat myself. And my husband said, do it, you deserve it. You know, you worked hard. So I'll tell you the price now. So normally in what I would consider, you know, what I would accept condition and below, these bags are $2,500 and under. So I've seen them anywhere from like 19 in really rough shape to, you know, 20 to 2,500, and what I would accept, right? A little bit of wear, some structure wear, you know, things like that. Definitely not as good a condition as the one I ended up getting. Well, this one popped up one day, and it was also after I had lost a Louis Vuitton Tivoli. I thought I wanted it, and I lost out on it because I sat so long and I was sad, and then this popped up, and I'm like, okay, this is a sign. So this one was listed at $28.95, and I favorited it, and it had been on for 4 days. There was one more day before it was reserve eligible. In my experience with these Chanel bags, since they are so pricey, a lot of them, as soon as they hit that reserve eligible date, they go away because someone reserves them if they're not able to buy them. So I waited, and on day 5, about halfway through the day, I decided to go ahead and order it because I figured with Fashion Files, one thing I love Fashion File, but I love the return policy. If I get it and it's not what I want, I know I can send it back and get my money back. But this way, I have it. I've secured the bag, and I'm not going to lose it like I have several others. Over the years, I've lost a couple of these. So I told myself I wasn't going to do that this time. So I did pay full price of $2,895. Which for me is about $895 more than I ever said I would spend on a bag. But this bag was the exception. A lot of people like Birkins and Kellys. I'm not a Birkin and Kelly fan. This is my Birkin. This is my holy grail. This is my dream bag. And with Chanel prices, I felt like that was fair. In this condition, we had an estate sale around here. There was one for $2,800. It was in worse condition than this, and I didn't know of the authentication process. I trust Fashion Files authentication. An estate sale, I have no idea. I assumed it was real. The lady had a bunch of purses, so I'm going to say they were all real. But still, for me, it was an additional, you know, $95, and I got to guarantee that mine is real because I do trust Fashion Files authentication. And if for some reason it's not, I'm going to get my money back. So it's easy. But I started looking, once that one sold at the estate sale and I found this one, I just started browsing all the other websites. What comes around goes around, The Real, Rebag, you know, even like Tradesy. And in this condition, and there were some that were better, I'll be honest, there were some that were in better shape, maybe came with a few more accessories. Like I wish this would have come with a card, a dust bag, and a box. But there's some that go typically anywhere from like $3,200, although I've seen several, and they're showing that they were sold for about $4,000, $4,500. So that's a wide range for these bags. So I kind of figured after I did that research and started looking, in this condition that Fashionphile represented it, and I will say Fashionphile represented it in worse condition than I think it really is, which is normal at Fashionphile, so I'm glad to see that because that's what I remember when I started buying from Fashionphile. So when I did my, look at the bag on the pictures and stuff, I found it to be in the same caliber of bag as the ones that were selling for $4,000. So for me, I'm saving a little over $1,000, and I thought it was worth the risk to go ahead and try it, and I figured worst case scenario, I get it, and it's not in the condition that I want it to be in, or, something like that, then I can just send it back. But I'm very excited. Like I said, it's a lot of money, and I understand it's extremely indulgent and, way too much money to spend on a bag. I mean, that's the cost of a vacation, which, think about it. Would you go on vacation or buy a bag? Well, I like both, so it's hard to choose. But this is my holy grail bag. I haven't wanted a bag as long as I wanted this, so I figured it was a good chance. So, as I say this all the time, my famous last words, based off what I'm seeing right now, this bag will stay with me. But of course, I'm going to do a thorough review. I'm going to kind of set it on my little purse stand for a couple of hours, come back with fresh eyes, and give it another once over before I decide. But I'm very excited that I picked it up. Like I said, I spent more money than I ever thought I would, but Chanel is a brand that I do not necessarily love right now. I know that their current bags are not the best quality, and they just keep increasing the prices over and over and over again. I think the medium flat bag is almost like, what, $9,000 or $10,000 now, which is mind-blowing to me. So that's why I really wanted to get this. It's a discontinued bag, and it's from 2008, so it's an older discontinued bag too. It's not the 2015s. So I feel like this should hopefully be better quality than what they produce now. And I also want to, and I'm gonna do a video on these, but I wanted to show, so this is my Kate Spade Natalia tote, and this is what I bought to supplement the need and want for this. So I kind of wanted to just show them. The Kate Spade one is definitely bigger, but I just wanted to show them. But here it is. There's going to be some more videos about it. Even if I decide not to keep it, I am going to do a what fits and just kind of see how it compares, honestly, to the Natalia tote. I'll probably do a comparison. Like I said, I think I'll keep it. I'll insert something at the end of this video and let you guys know, as always. But here she is. I'm very excited, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. So what I'm gonna do real quickly is go stuff it, and then I'll come back and do a quick spin. Okay, hi. So I went upstairs and I stuffed it really well. And yeah, she's in awesome shape. So, super excited. Stay tuned for a review / comparison, comparing the more affordable Natalia and the Chanel Grand Shopping Tote. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm editing the video now, and I just wanted you to know I cut the tag on the Chanel. She's